It has been a 3-point shootout in this game between the Tigers and Booker T. Washington. Let's take a look at some of the other numbers, JB, and see why Ardmore has a 3-point lead.
Well, the field goal percentage there, 58% for Ardmore, 45%. That's good shooting, but 7 of 12 and 7 of 13. You're right, Don. 14 baskets from the 3-point line. A free throw, Ardmore's a little behind there. Rebounding, Washington's up, and turnovers with all the quickness even. That's unusual.
Let's go over to Steve Marshall.
Thanks a lot, Jason Turk, the head coach for Ardmore. He was very happy with where his team was right now. He said the one thing we wanted to do number-wise better was rebound. He said, but that's kind of misleading because there weren't many missed shots in that first half. Ardmore happy to be where they are right now. Now let's go over to Matt Clark.
Hey, thank you, Steve. Booker T has no reason to panic. Like JB said, they've been behind a few games. The deal is, Coach Harrison said, look, we got to play our game. We play defense, keep the intensity up, but the main thing is take better shots, take control, take care of the basketball. We'll be fine. Back to you all.
All right, we get set for a wild second half. Leading scores right now for Booker T. Well, let's go with Ardmore. Ouch, since they're leading the game. Lionel Brown with 14, Ryan Godwin with 10, and Wallace Kemp with 9. Swindoll has 7, so only 4 players have scored. For Booker T, they are led 8 points for Levi Harris, 8 points for Mark Brown. But the leaders, J.C. Seals with 12. So Harris and Meacham, who you would think would be leading the Hornets, aren't bad, 8 and 7, all that in the second quarter. Here come the Hornets, down by 3. Mark Brown has a couple of threes to his credit. Somehow he got it off with the left hand. Boy, is it quick.
The quickness here with these two teams is unbelievable.
3-on-1 break. That one's blocked from behind. That one is not. It goes, and the foul.
Basket is good.
It's always interesting to try to pick out some defensive adjustments that might be made at halftime, but in a game that's played with the transition so quick, I don't know how much adjustment you can actually, come up with at halftime, because it looks like, of course, Ardmore is the straight man defense, and they're in it again. Great rebounding in there by Dewan Swindell, just going hard on the glass.
And he completes the 3-point play. He did that in the state tournament opening round game against Tulsa East Central. He was really the spark plug in that game. And it's a 6-point lead. The biggest lead of the game was 8 points by Ardmore. Levi Harris with 10 points after coming up with a season-low 9 in a semifinal win yesterday against Central. Boy, you're right. You don't need a 10-second shot clock in this game. Brown, who leads the game in rebounding, has 5. That's the game high. And Harris with an offensive foul at half court. Nice defensive play by Swindoll.
Dewan Swindell really moving his feet, anticipating exactly what Robert Meacham was going to do, established himself, and drew the charging foul.
Ardmore has a couple of state titles to their credit, 1993 and 94 in basketball. You know who they beat in those years? At the Mabee Center, they beat Chase Seals and Tulsa McLean.
Tulsa McLean, both years. That's true. Great basketball tradition at Ardmore as well as at Washington.
That would have gone for 3, tipped out, and grabbed by Quentin Cheney, who starts the second half. Chad Evans didn't play much in the first half because of foul trouble, and he's got 3, and carrying the ball for the Washington junior.
Well, as we mentioned, Chad Evans at one time as a sophomore was a point guard, and he still has those great moves as a point guard and had a good assist opening up the second half.
Hornets, defending state champs, and have only 2 seniors on their team. Ryan Godwin, one of the seniors for Ardmore, with the big basket.
Over the years of watching Washington High School, Don, I don't believe I've seen a team that has put the pressure on us that Ardmore has and has been successful with it. Great man-to-man pressure.
Brown with a nifty shot from the baseline, averaging 10 a game, and he's got it already here, early third quarter. Wow, what a play that was, and Wallace Kemp with 11 points. Ardmore just keeps coming right back, don't they, JB?
They are just really picking the open man and picking the defense apart.
Cheney had it, lost it, and the foul called by Eugene Jackson. The official out front calls the foul on Ardmore. That'll be the third on Godwin, the point guard and one of the leaders of this Ardmore team for Jason Turk. He says leadership has been excellent. One of their top qualities on this Ardmore team has been the way their players have competed in practice. He says, in fact, the competition in practice is one of the reasons we're in the state final.
Well, anytime you can get that type of quality practice and the competition is that close, well, you do nothing but get better.
Roy Roberts into the game. He played a little bit in the first half. He checks in for the Tigers for Godwin, who will have to take a seat with 3 personals. And Quentin Cheney at the line is 3 of 3. Yesterday in the semifinal win over Central, 6 points and 13 rebounds. And he has been stellar here from the line today.
You know, over the years, one of the strengths that Washington has had is that you could not press them. If you press them, they would break the press and score easy baskets on you. But the Ardmore Tigers here, you've got to give Jason Turk credit because they have pushed full court the entire game and have not really been burnt many times.
Godwin tried to check back in after he checked out during the free throw. But of course, you can't do that, so he has to wait until there's the next dead ball. 47-43, Ardmore. Rebound Brown, and look at the outlet. Cheney, showtime. He can run the floor at 6'8". And Ardmore wants a timeout.
That's a great athletic move when you can rebound the basketball and up in the air hit someone streaking down the floor, and especially when you get a 6'8" guy like Quentin Cheney that will get out. Just a tremendous pass, and of course he brings the crowd right back into the game with that slam. Get another look at it, and he leaves the floor about 12 feet and then just hammers it home.
He's certainly only a sophomore, going to be basketball, a top college prospect when it's all said and done, but he's also a pretty good football player. As we mentioned, he played quarterback for most of the football season, and then they realized they needed to move him to wide receiver, and it paid off.
And he was a tremendous wide receiver for Coach Antoine Jemerson.
Well, after this game, it's the 6A Girls Championship between Jinx and Westmore, and here's what we've got coming up tonight. Ardmore, Woodward, Putnam City, and Union. Let's go over to Matt Clark.
Hey, guys. Nate Harris said emphatically, watch the basketball and no layups. Close up the middle, so we'll see what happens. Back to you.
All right, let's go over to Steve.
Jason Turk, he's just having a good time over here with his group. He's smiling and laughing. He said, guys, we're going from high school. We're going to turn it up now. You feel like you can still press and trap, so they're going to turn it up and be even more aggressive, see if they can't break through and go on and claim this game.
Buckle in, here we go. That one missed in the front porch shot by Kemp, and the Hornets now start to own the glass with the height advantage that they have. Evans on the run, that's his 4th personal foul.
Offensive foul, number 55.
Coach Harris obviously not liking that call.
Actually, it's his 3rd personal, I beg your pardon.
Chad Evans, he weighs about 260. He takes it to the hole where it picks up the charging foul.
Great job of breaking the press. Wallace Kemp has been money every time they have gotten it past half court. It's a 4-point lead, Ardmore, and a foul out front on the Tigers, and they'll call that one on Wallace Kemp, or rather a Dewan Swindoll, his first.
Well, when you have an odd front zone press, if you take it to the middle, you're going to get the numbers on them. And Ardmore's just done a great job of doing that.
Meacham beats Brown. Baseliner no good, and here come the Tigers. Godwin on the run. Over Harris for the basket. And Godwin has met his season average of 14, and Ardmore has their biggest lead of the half again at 6 points. Washington, not many points out or inside. Maybe that's why Levi Harris with his 3rd tray of the game. But I would think, JB, Washington would want to get the ball inside more against a smaller Ardmore team, and they haven't done it.
Well, when they have Quentin Cheney in there, they really could, but it just seems like their flow's coming from outside, and they're not going to change the rhythm.
Swindoll is red hot. He is the 4th player in double figures. Only 4 players have scored And they've got 14, 14, 13, and 12. How's that for balanced scoring? And look at that steal by Godwin. They'll call a tie-up, and the alternate possession rule says we'll go the other way toward the Tigers, who lead by 5.
And again, that's interesting what Steve Marshall had from Jason Turk, and asking the kids if they can continue to put the pressure full court on the Washington Hornets.
Godwin misses. The tip won't go. And a foul. Lionel Brown, number 11, on the back. And that'll be his first. And for Jason Turk, that is his team's 3rd team foul. 3:24 to go in the 3rd. Biggest lead of the game was 8 points in the first half by Ardmore. They now lead by 5, and a foul again on the Tigers.
You know, there's not been a real long extended run by either hasn't in the game.
The biggest run of the game was 10 straight at the beginning of the game after Washington scored the first basket. Ardmore got 10 in a row. Cheney inside, and that's one of the rare points in the paint for Washington today.
You cover that offside board and you're 6'8", you're going to get some easy ones.
Brown out front. You know, 2 guys that haven't had many touches, JV, Meacham and Harris. And a foul out front on Kemp, his 2nd.
Foul on number 12, Wallace Kemp, his 3rd personal.
Well, there's been such a flow in the game. It just seems like that when you get the ball down and you've got the open shots, you go right ahead and take it. And they really haven't. Meacham and Brown and even Levi Harris hasn't touched it maybe as much as normally they do.
That is the 15th foul. Now they start to go inside to Cheney, and he draws another foul. And so now the Hornets, who've been void of many points in the paint, start to get the ball inside against a much smaller lineup.
Well, if you get the ball on the low block right in there to Cheney, he's strong enough that he's going to be able to score or draw a foul. And in that instance, he drew the foul.
Cheney averaging 7 points a game, and he has 9 in this contest. In the state tournament, though, very impressive numbers.
Washington, if you notice that time, did not put anyone on the free throw line. They brought them all back.
Ardmore 26-1, including 22 straight. Pass inside to Lionel Brown, and Ardmore working the ball to perfection. Against the pressure by the Hornets. Harris, who lit up in the state championship game a year ago with 31. Cheney misses it. Swindoll comes away with it. That's 3. Lionel Brown with his 4th three-pointer of the game, and he leads all scores with 19.
Great three-point shooting team, the Ardmore Tigers.
Washington trying the answer at the other end. Cheney with the rebound, knocked down by Brown, and Meacham misses with his 3. Washington trying to get into a three-point shooting contest with Ardmore, and that's not wise when you've got 3 Ardmore Tigers that shoot over 40% from beyond the arc.
Well, you know, we talked about Ardmore having 5 guards or 4 guards, if you want to put it that way. I call it 5 guards. And the fact that they shoot over 40% now, you're right. You don't want to get into that long-range shooting contest with them.
Take a look at the last 3 from Lionel Brown.
And see, that is just a good, strong 3 out of the corner, and no doubt about it.
Washington loves to get into the transition game, but Meacham lost it. And so the Tigers get it right back. Minute 35 remaining in the 3rd.
Always the mark of a good basketball team is that if you get a lead and they come up and get close, you expand it once again, and Ardmore's done that throughout the game.
Again, it's the tradition of Booker T. Washington out of Tulsa with 12 state championships. No other school has won more basketball championships. Nate Harris has won 9. He is tied with Beryl Franklin, the Millwood coach, for the most as far as a head coach is concerned. Blocked by Washington. And Harris on the run. After the block by Brown, no. Somehow Washington got it back. It goes in the foul.
Basket is good.
Levi Harris working hard inside, along with Robert Meacham.
Number 21, Selto Anderson is second.
Great rebounding on the offside by Robert Meacham. He just will not be denied. Goes up and puts it back in, get a chance for a natural three.
To the line, Meacham to try to complete the three-point play. Not as good a free throw shooter as you would think.
And again, Washington not putting anyone on the line except the free throw shooter, keeping 4 back.
5-point lead is now expanded to 7 with Selto Anderson's first points of the game. Now the 25-second mark. Ardmore on the run. Look at that. What a pass inside after 2. Hornets went for the block. And Swindoll has the basket. Ardmore playing great team basketball, leading 64-53. 66-53.
Basket by number 33.
Well, that was a great play by Swindoll. He got the ball and dribbled down through traffic, got it to his teammate, and then got it back.
And the third quarter has come to a close, and the Ardmore Tigers with a huge run to close out the third period. Can they hang on and win it? We'll find out when we come back for the fourth quarter on the Hornets of Tulsa 5A State Championship.
You're watching Cox Communications Channel 3, Oklahoma City, Channel 9, Tulsa. Local, like no one else.